Hello there, people of the internet, and welcome to this here little devlog for week 1 of our new game. Necromantic Bodybuilder. Working title still. We are small dreamers, we make small games in a short time. Normally there's 2 of us, but Mew is very busy, and they'll be there next week probably. Anyway, so what have I been up to this week? Week 1 of a new project is always a little hard. There's so many possibilities, it's almost impossible to figure out where to start and how to organize things and stuff. For this one, since a lot of things depend on the specific viewpoint and the camera angle, and blocking of the main scene is probably the most important bit. So that's why I started on something else. Basically all the little interactions that you will have, like dragging and dropping, putting items on shelves, opening drawers, opening doors, and all those little things. And I did some blocking, of course, too. So let's dive in. All of these, of course, need to start with how the hell do I get the mouse to register in the 3D space? Luckily, I'd done it before in our second game, and I could just reuse some of the code from that. Once I had the code for the mouse position and stuff figured out, I could try to make the drag and dropping work. In Godot there's several ways of doing that, and I started out with a simple drag and drop, just make the mouse and the object have the same position. But if you want it to feel heavier, you needed to have it drag behind, so that's how I ended up using this system. It's a character body 3D that moves towards the mouse, just like you'd set up a character in like a basic strategy game or something. I also experimented with physics. Why would it not be a ball and that you have to drag around and it reacts to impulses and stuff? But that was quickly discarded because, well, it's a mess and this game needs to feel a little snappier. Once the drag and drop worked, I added a little outline, which feels pretty good. It uses a simple shader. I might make it better over the coming weeks, but we'll see how it goes. All this dragging and dropping was made specifically to have the boxes move towards little areas that activate different settings and stuff. For now it's just a little area 3D that prints a little message, but it will influence different settings, maybe powers or something magical, I don't know. Something like that. Another object that's going to be a pretty big important part of the game is a lever that feels satisfying when you pull it. So at first I tried to make it with animations and it went great, as you can see. Do not use physics if you don't know what you're doing or want to spend many hours debugging. Bugs are always funny and these were pretty easy to fix. Mew suggested to just don't use joints or rigid bodies or whatever and make it the big animation later. So here's the version we're at right now. It's just a handle that moves and sends a signal to start the big ending animation that we'll make later. I also built a little shelf. It's a little janky and it doesn't look as perfect as I want it to be, but it will be adjusted over time. And a little door. A door with a shelf! Wow, magical combinations. A drawer with a shelf. Impossible. And the last little thing is this little pouring liquids animation that I built. Very simple, just a little cylinder that scales up whenever you press the button, and it gives the illusion that a bottle is filling up. It works pretty well. Once all those animations and stuff had been set up, I decided to still do some blocking. And one way I really like to do blocking is to build a little scene out of Lego. It's very tactile and I really like how it makes the scene feel immediately more alive. And once that scene was blocked out in Lego, I needed to have a little better idea of how everything would look in the game with the camera and stuff, so I made a real quick gray box of the level. All of these things will change place, but it's good to be able to start out with understanding how everything will fit together. And just placing things in the level already made me realize things we probably want to change and move around a bit. Like, for example, adding the lever in. Maybe the potion station will be something else. This big thing I built is something to do with potions. I don't know exactly how it will work. Maybe it will set up the colors or something like that. And to finish things off, we had a big discussion on how the hell does the skeleton work. And we ended up with this. Since you will be able to build your own body, it needs to be separated in various different bits. It's not entirely precise yet, but this is the template from which we will build the main skeleton. So that's it. A lot of random little things that'll get refined over the weeks. Starting development is really hard, nothing exists, and instead of having laser focus and a specific plan, I tend to scatter around for a while until vague shapes start to emerge that get refined over the weeks that follow. Anyway, that's it for this week. I hope you had fun watching. Make sure to go play our games, follow, subscribe and stuff for more. And we'll see you next week with another update. Goodbye, everyone.